to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
The UNI Panther football team is 2-1 on the season, coming off of a bye week now as the Panthers get ready for a homecoming game against Youngstown State. Coach, felt like you had some really good momentum, 2 wins in a row going into a bye week. What was the mentality of the team, and health-wise, just how was the team from an overall standpoint?
For an overall standpoint, we're in good shape right now, but we went into the open date finding out what we needed to work on. I think we focused on our pass rush. We focused on some of the things we're doing in our throwing football game. But I think we have a better understanding of what our quarterback brings to the table now, what Theo Day can, what his strength is, and then as well as what our defense's strength is.
Talk about the strength. Let's talk offense here. Theo Day came in, made his first start against St. Thomas. As far as his strength, what are some things you really want to see him continue to improve on?
Well, his accuracy. He was excellent the first game. Accuracy was a little off the second game. It was his first start in many years, so I think this will help to get his second start. He's more comfortable. He's had a week now after a start to really focus on how to get better, and hopefully that comfort zone and that confidence will, show up when he plays this football game.
He's got some reliable receivers to target in the passing game. You think of Quan Hampton, Isaiah West, and Deion McShane leading that receiving core in catches this season. Just another week with him as that number one quarterback is going to get them even more comfortable with each other.
Well, that's the key. You got to get a comfort zone between your quarterback and your receivers, a comfort zone with your cadence, which is your snap count with your offensive line, and get some rhythm and some continuity going with your offense. And I think we're starting to head in that direction. It feels like we are, but again, every play matters, and we have to make sure we're ready for this game.
The passing game has to get complemented by the running game. 180 yards per game through the year, 150 yards average on the ground for UNI through 3 games. That running back room, I really like the 4 guys that you have kind of leading the way at running back.
Well, we do. I think Dom and Vance bring a certain a play to the game, how their quickness and their speed, and I think Bradrick and Tyler really do a nice job. They're the bigger back, but yet they have that quickness so they can hit the gap up inside as well. So they bring us some blocking ability as much as speed ability.
We've got a story coming up on Dom Williams later in the show. Dom, really that top guy at running back. He's got some speed. He can go left and right, and then he can turn it upfield in a hurry.
Well, he hadn't played for a long time when he finally got to play last year, and now he's been the starter last year and moved into the returning starter this year. And I think each game that he plays, he gains that confidence, and we actually have a better understanding of what he's capable of.
That running game always starts up front as well. Trevor Penning kind of leading the way. Offensive line, what was their focus during that bye week? Did they need to get healthy, or was it just continuing to work on that gel as a unit?
Well, I think they had to work more as a unit in some of their schemes that they were doing, but they're blocking very well. I mean, you have Trevor and Jared playing side by side, the 2 Penning brothers. I thought Eric Sorensen really had a good start to the season playing center for us. And when we lost Vanderslice, we put Antoine back outside, and Justin Piney, he and Vanderslice been a little bit nicked up, so this allowed them to get healthy.
Talk about the depth that you're developing, not just that offensive line, but really at all of the different positions. That bye week, even during the season, that's an opportunity. You got to get the next guys ready as well.
Well, we got to get the next guys ready. I mean, we're going into a hard run right now. The next 8 weeks is continuous, it's physical, and it's very competitive. So every play will be very competitive, very physical. So when you start counting those snaps, you need, what Coach Mudra always used to say, a pair and spare. So you need 3D tackles, you need 3D ends, you need 3 inside linebackers. I mean, you need to be prepared for somebody to get nicked up at least in 1 game, and you need to get out of that game and still win that game.
Saturday against Youngstown State. Always a physical contest, UNI and Youngstown State in this homecoming game. What do you want to see from the offense when you see them take the field?
I want to see growth from our offense. We want to be balanced in what we do. It always starts with your run game. It always has here. And we have to establish our run game, and then we need to grow it into our passing game, whether it be our play action or our drop back game, because we do have the ability with speed to do some things in our throwing game.
All right, more coming up on that homecoming game against Youngstown State, and more with Coach Farley right here on Panther Sports Talk.